place I went when I was young. We were battling the heat, filling up our water guns. So now you find me with nothing else to say. We got our feet in the sand, cold beer in our hands. I say we'll stay. Just say so. I'll take you where you wanna go. Hey, ho, I'll tell you what you wanna know. Hey, 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 hey. You wanna go to Maine in the fall? I'll take you there. You wanna hang at the mall? Sure, I'll take you there. You wanna get old in Florida, skin like leather? Don't sound spell to me, let's just stick together. You remind me of a girl I knew when I was young. The way you take your little sips when you're out lying in the sun. Hey, hey, hey. Just say so. I'll take you where you wanna go. Hey, ho, I'll tell you what you wanna know. Hey, 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 hey. Say so. I'll take you where you wanna go. Hey, ho, I'll tell you what you wanna know. Hey, 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 hey.
I tried to write you a song that no one's ever heard before. Wrote lines and words of our love, but somehow it needed more. Oh, maybe the way that our hearts became true is the same way they all do. When I wake up, I want to see the sun shine across your face. When I walk with you, I want
a stool, you got that name rock, you got that pretty smile, you got my chain locked. You're the only one with the key, you know that's hot. You never hold back, you tell it how it is. You always lay it down, even though it might offend. But you got a sweet side, you chill, never hype. You're my kind of girl, baby, that's what I like. You got me on a super high. Take me on a wild ride, up and down your time zone. My phone, watching me paradise. Take me on a wild ride, up and down your time zone. Yeah, up and down, up and down, up and down your time zone. Mind blown. 4 years and 2 days, it's been a wild ride, and you still find ways to bring out my wild side. It's crazy cool, babe. You know I dig your vibe. Straight class with an educated kind of mind. You don't sway even if someone thinks you're blind. You stand up for issues that you think are right. You're my kind of girl, baby. That's what I like. You got me on a super high. Take me on a wild ride, up and down your time zone. My phone, watching me paradise. Take me on a wild ride, up and down your time zone. Yeah, my phone, you got me on a super high. Take me on a wild ride, up and down your time zone. My phone, watching me paradise. Take me on a wild ride, up and down your time zone. Yeah, up and down, up and down, up and down your time zone. Up and down, up and down, up and down your time zone.
Your love is so right, it's so right. Been tripping, I'm high, riding all night. Roll up and rewind, styling, it's midnight. Baby, take me to the morning light. It doesn't get better than you. You're the sweetest thing, don't change. You're my song, you're my joy. You're all I've been craving for. Like an addict, you are my cocaine. Your candy kiss is creaming on my lips. Don't put your brush away. Your love is so right, it's so right. Been tripping, I'm high, riding all night. Roll up and rewind.
Welcome, friends, one and all, to another exciting edition of Show and Tell Live. This is the first week of double improv for the foreseeable future, so I hope your minds are strapped in for what is sure to be a roller coaster. But of course, we cannot do it alone, so allow me to welcome the rest of tonight's ensemble. First, they were born in the heart of a volcano, and each step they take is molten beneath them. Let's welcome Alex.
I guess you could say I'm the hot one.
Yeah. Up next, an individual who walks around the sun for an afternoon stroll. It's Max.
I've started using the little 5-pound weights because I'm looking to get up my strength a little more.
Absolutely, no man can hold him down. Up next, an individual who uses the microwave purely for nuclear reaction. It's Dan.
Yeah, I'm the one that first put silverware in there. What a discovery, am I right?
It's true. And last, but certainly not least, an individual who's so hot, he's actually cold to the touch. It's Steve.
I guess I'm the cool one.
There we go. The full circle. That's global warming, folks. There it is in a nutshell. But welcome all to our Tuesday stream where we're going to be doing some goofs. That's right. We went to the drawing board. The drawing board said, more of what you're already doing, you know? And then the marker ran out, so we can't go back now. All right. I guess we'll go ahead and get right into it. First thing we're going to need is just a general location. Doesn't need to be a location where generals exist, but it could be. I don't know. Do you know 1 in 5 Americans lives within walking distance of a Dollar General? That's just a fact I know. I know. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead and give us some locations. And
What do they consider walking distance?
I think 5 miles.
For me, it's around the sun, actually.
It's true.
The circumference of the sun.
As long as it's
Easy peasy.
in this solar system. It's
You know
pretty
what's
much-
interesting, Max, is because of the sun's insane gravitational pull, those little 5-pound weights would actually probably be like another 500, 600 pounds, if not
That's a
more.
good point. Yeah, I'm
He
really
said-
working on my strength training.
He said he was working on his strength training.
Yeah.
He got up. You know what that guy at the witch hunt said? More weight. And that's what Max needs.
Yes. Show and Tell Live's hero, Giles Corey.
Really, he's the patron saint of this stream. Dare anyone to say otherwise.
You have to be
the first American to yes and, if you
The
will.
first American to yes and. Yes, that's canon. That's canon
You-
for our show now.
You have to be a really specific kind of person to know that guy's name.
Yeah, I'm that person. I'm that guy, Max. I'm that guy.
All right, we're
Trust
gonna.
me, buddy, you're not that guy.
If you don't know who Giles Corey is, look him up. But we're gonna go with Clinton's suggestion of Taco Bell. So we're going to the barnyard for some Taco Bell wisdom.
Whoa! No, I'm kidding.
Uh,
What a wild tractor ride.
Well, you know what they say. If your packet is spicy,
Then make sure to pack it twicey. Well, you know what they say. When you pour it on thick.
Then you're gonna get lost in the sauce. Well, you know what they say. If the Baja don't blast,
Then it's gonna blast out your ass. You know what they say. If something's on sale,
Then you better buy it twice. Well, you know what they say. If it's only wrapped in one tortilla,
then it's a double stuffed with cheese. Well, you know what they say. If you're stuck in the drive-thru,
Then you better learn how to walk. Well, you know what they say. An enchilada and a gordita only have one difference.
and that's the care and love and attention that goes into each one. Well, you know what they say. When the going gets soft-shelled,
you gotta go into hard mode. Now, you know what they say. A taco in the hand.
is worth 3 in the stomach. Well, you know what they say. There's not a store on every corner.
But every corner deserves a store. Hashtag not sponsored. All right, out of the barn. Ugh.
Why am I so
Dan, you're so
quiet?
quiet.
All right.
Be louder, Dan.
I'm trying.
Project,
Yeah.
Dan. Use your diaphragm.
Huh.
Yeah,
I have to switch the tech setups from me sitting here to us over there.
Right.
Gonna be
And speaking of which, just in case people are confused, we are all sitting next to each other. Just we have 5 laptops set up.
Yeah.
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 Yes, of course.
See, like
naturally.
I can reach into Dom's frame right now.
Whoa!
Oh, hey there! Ouch! Ow! Ow! Hey!
Max,
Sorry
how
about
did you
that.
turn your hand around like that?
It's infinite space. It goes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
We
next
all
to
know-
each other.
Max is the flexible one here.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the like hand
Yeah.
stretches that you do.
He's double
Alex is-
jointed.
Alex is the hot one. Steve is the cool one. I'm the flexible one. Dan's the funny one. And Dom is the guy with glasses.
Yep. Yep, that's right. All right, we're gonna
And
move on
don't question
to.
any of those.
Nope. The boy band. We're gonna
Band.
on to our next game, which is comment thread.
Oh, now we're going in the head.
Now we're going in the head.
Mm.
We know you all were upset we didn't play it in person, so we're gonna play it on Tuesdays. It's a Tuesday special game right here. But yeah. Alrighty, let's buckle in.
Send us in.
All right.
Right.
Here we go to the brain. Oh, I almost throw
All right,
up every
chat.
time.
We're gonna need 1-syllable words. Get them nice and hot and serve them up to
One-
us.
Fun fact, chat. I partially watched Inside Out for the first time yesterday.
Whoa! What partially?
Nice.
Partially.
The beginning
because-
partially, the end partially. Which partially?
So it was my nephews wanted to watch it, and they like to talk during the entire thing and not pay attention to the movie. So I tried my best not to pay attention as much as I could so that I could later sit down and watch the whole thing as it was meant to be experienced.
Yes,
Mm.
it's good.
Good
I think
choice.
it's a good one. It's on the better
Yeah.
list for me.
Yeah.
Top half for sure. Alrighty. Steve, I'm thinking of a gas station named after something you would find at the ocean that Sally sells.
Oh, you're thinking of a shell.
Hmm.
I'm thinking of an object that you would ring to alert the town of news in the 1800s.
Hey, I know you're thinking of a bell. I'm thinking of like when you're across the street and someone's there and you gotta do something like this.
Hey, shut up! You're thinking of yell! I'm thinking of a computer company that was started in like the 80s or
Stop
something.
it. You're thinking of Dell. I'm thinking of where we're all going because some of our jokes are less than tasteful.
You're thinking of hell. I'm thinking of some water that lives under your house that you need to tap into, and you don't want to pay for public water.
Oh, you're thinking of a well.
Hmm.
I'm thinking of this show. I forget what we're called.
Oh, it's show and tell, of course.
thank you,
I'm thinking
Dan.
of how the media reviews our show. They would say it's good, but in sort of a fancier way that's a little more schmoozy.
Oh, you're thinking of swell.
Mhm.
I am thinking of the letter. I'm not good with the alphabet. The letter that comes right before M?
I'm pretty sure you're thinking of L.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of that thing that you do with your nose.
Oh,
when you-
you're thinking of smell. I'm thinking of that guy who won the EGOT.
Can you repeat that?
I'm thinking of that guy who won the EGOT awards. You know, his wife did as well. He made a ton of famous movies, but I guarantee you've seen a bunch of them.
I'm just gonna bow out because I'm terrible with actors' names, or I don't know what award that was.
Do any of you guys know it?
Are you doing Orson Welles?
No.
I don't
Alright.
know.
Alright, I'll
Alexander
sit
Graham
up.
Bell.
No, it's Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks won the
Ah.
EGOT. Yeah. I was trying to be vague because I was hoping
Yeah,
to
you
get,
were trying
but
to
I
get
got myself out in the end, and that's
Yep.
what matters.
Well, chat looks like I'm in control now.
Oh no.
So you know what that means. Chaos has unleashed itself. And Daniel, I am thinking of a wet broom.
Oh yeah, you're thinking of a rag. I'm thinking of where you're carrying stuff around with handles. It could be plastic
yeah.
or paper.
Yeah. You're thinking of a bag. I am thinking of what you might do to complain to someone that's around you about something that maybe isn't super important.
You're thinking of rag? No.
Nag?
Do you guys know? Nag.
Oh,
Thinking of nag.
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess that's
Wow.
complaining. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out.
Got him. Got him
Wow.
early.
Wow.
It was the 1-2 punch of Dan not knowing the word mop, and then me thinking of a second one.
I did. I was just using the power of my position to throw Steve off. Who's really in power here, Steven?
I mean, you're right. All right. So I'm thinking of a piece of sports equipment that men will typically wear to protect their nether regions from injury.
Oh, you're thinking of a cup. I'm thinking of what you might call a small dog if you're gonna be like really, really cute.
No, you're thinking of a pup. I am thinking of a I'm not thinking of anything.
Oh, wow.
What else is there?
Yo,
What
Max,
else is there?
what's up?
Okay, I didn't think of stop.
You could have just done up also, but
Oh, I also didn't think of that. Okay, there were a couple.
all right,
All
Steve, it comes down
right,
to us.
Let me scroll up a little bit.
The two people with all the power that went to their heads in the finale.
Yeah. All right. Dan, I'm thinking of an emotion when you like somebody a lot, but you want to live with them forever.
Oh, you're thinking of love. I'm thinking about the thing that you wear on your hands. Some people just wear one, but some people wear two.
You're thinking of a glove. I'm thinking of a type of bird that you might release at a wedding
No,
from its captivity.
you're thinking of a dove. I'm thinking of if you run up to someone and you like push them, and they're like and you push them.
Oh, you're thinking of a shove. I'm thinking, I'm out. I had to make it tricky
Let's
for you,
go.
and I got.
Yeah.
I had-
Never get confident in that game.
I had bruv in my back pocket.
Bruv?
Bruv?
Yep, I also have
That's
bruv.
good.
I had above, but that was the one.
That's a good one.
Thinking above the box.
Yeah. Do you guys not know what an EGOT is? Dan, do you know what an EGOT is?
Yeah, it's where it's all four of the awards.
Yeah.
It's weird. What's really weird in the chat, there's this weird divide happening where some of chat knows who Mel Brooks is, but they don't know what an EGOT is, and some people know what an EGOT is, but they don't know what Mel Brooks is or who Mel Brooks is.
Does he-
There's
does
this
he-
weird like misconnect between the two.
Does he actually have an EGOT? Is that what
He
they're
and
debating?
his wife both have an EGOT. They're
Wow.
both. There's only like a handful of people who have it, and both
Yeah.
of them have it.
Yeah,
They're
I
a
just
power
feel like-
couple.
Oh, yeah.
I just feel like EGOTs, I feel like they're usually referenced in like a joking manner, right? Like, so I know what it is,
Yeah.
but I don't know anyone who has one because
Personally,
I feel like
no,
people don't
neither do
talk-
I. But-
Yeah, correct. Oh, I know we were joking about comment thread, but I was talking to my parents earlier today, and I was talking about how, we're going to be doing shows on Tuesdays and Fridays now because there's some shows that we can't do in person we still want to do improv on Tuesdays. And my mom was immediately like, oh yeah, like oh no, you're thinking of the blank game. And I'm like, yes, that's the favorite.
Yeah, so
Not
we
going
did
in.
everything that we needed to do for tonight's show, so we can just call it here.
Yeah, we're gonna pack it in and move on with our stuff.
More nouns. We'll do it one more time, and then we'll.
Oh,
Well,
YJ's had an EGOT.
that makes sense. What was your Tony for, YJ? What musical performance were you involved with?
Yeah, we all know
obviously-
about your Emmy, your Grammy, and your Oscar.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Do you guys remember when they made the Pokemon movie, the musical?
There was, so that doesn't exist, but there was a Pokemon musical that did exist for a number of years, only in Japan. But yeah, that was a real thing.
Yo, can we just use the funds from the Pokemon MOBA to Americanize the Pokemon musical so that we can port it over? Because that's something I need in my life.
Port it
There's a
over.
Pokemon MOBA?
Yeah, there's a Pokemon MOBA that's coming out end of July, I think, for the Switch, and then later for mobile. It's not a full. It's not like a full MOBA. I actually watched a video about it this morning. It's not a full MOBA, but it's very MOBA-like.
What is a MOBA?
Like League of Legends.
Oh, whoa. That that thing.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, what is it? Multiplayer online battle arena, I think.
Yep.
Pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's like 2 lanes instead of 3, and the positions are all over the place, and you gotta look up a video of it because it looks interesting, but it also looks very much like a child's version of a MOBA. Which I get that
Maybe it's first
Pokemon
MOBA.
is.
I mean,
Guys,
hey, one of the things I've
First
always hated
MOBA.
about one of the reasons I've never gotten into MOBAs or never really liked them was the weird barrier to entry. Like it just feels so strange to try to get into them and have no idea what I'm doing. So
Right.
who knows? Could work.
I tried to get into one because DC tried to make a MOBA with their heroes, but everyone from League of Legends came over the exact same day that it released, so it was immediately toxic, and I hadn't even started, and I was like, well, I played one match, and it was already toxic, and I was like, well, never gonna play this genre of game again. All right, time to move on. Right?
Yeah, that's the problem. Is MOBAs in general are pretty toxic. I don't know why. It's just
They're like
gaming
the
culture.
the most competitive PvP genre, and so PvP
Outside of
in general.
real-time strategy, but those guys are real bow to you each other first. And then,
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well, PvP in general is just very prone to toxicity, and so with it being the PvP genre, second place toxicity is multiplayer FPSs, and those are again very competitive PvP. So
And very toxic. Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, well-
What's the most toxic genre that's not PvP?
probably pretentious indie games like Undertale. And there's my hot take of the night.
You can't insult Undertale on the internet.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
crime.
like Undertale. I think the memes are funny, and that's all it's got.
He sang the hot take song. It's official now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking. I feel like card games, IRL card games, can be pretty toxic. I feel like online they're not that bad, but if you ever see people play card games IRL, it can be pretty toxic sometimes.
Yeah, it depends. Because if you go to a store or something, a lot of time there's a lot of good people there. But
Yeah, I'm talking more tournaments,
oh yeah,
convention games and stuff
Right,
like that
yeah.
are pretty.
Uno is toxic. Oh man, you ever play Go Fish? So toxic. I can't play that game anymore.
Okay, I know that Uno was a joke, but if you are not angry at the end of Uno, have you really played Uno?
I
You
don't
have
think
not.
I don't think Clint is joking.
Yeah,
I think they'll take
exactly.
anyone down.
No.
Especially if you're playing with the rules where you can switch hands and move the hands around. the table and stuff. Like if you play those rules, then it can get really heated really quick.
Oh my god, all of the different variants for Uno just like make it worse. Like there's so many different ways to just want to like actually, like Clint said, just punch somebody during Uno.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, games. Uno. And then you can't say it's just a game because no one has ever been calmed down by that statement. It actually is counterintuitive in its design.
It's like yelling "calm down" at someone.
Yeah, ironically, it's the quickest way to infuriate them more.
Well, if you yell at someone to get angrier, would that work?
It probably would.
Reverse
subvert.
psychology.
It probably would, because you'd be like, what? What are you? What?
Get angry. You're not angry enough right now. And then you're like, whoa, dude, what are you talking about?
Whoa, calm down. It's just a game. And then they get angry and then it's wrong. The cycle continues.
And then they do that back, and then it's just a forever sine wave.
Yeah.
Then how could you hate the board game that BoardGame.com ranks as the 10,834th best game of all time? How could you do that? That seems unreasonable to me.
A game that was literally invented for you to hate it because it was communist propaganda.
And then we changed the rules to make them more capitalism friendly. Hey, baby! The biggest "you missed the point" award goes to Monopoly. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna play a game called Two Birds. Against my better judgment, we're putting Steve in charge. He's the boss now, and now he needs to solve all of your problems. So
I got to control one game, and now I'm controlling the rest for the rest of the night.
Yep, that's the way it works. So we just go ahead and put your problems. These could be small things, like you stubbed your toe. These could be large things, like your house has become sentient and no longer wants you living inside of it.
Monster House?
Smart
It's
house?
a girl house. And ironically, both of those, that statement applies to both of those movies. Anyways,
Why can't we get any boy houses?
the diagram of sentient houses, it's a girl house is in the middle. Anyways,
And
let us know your
wants to
problems.
kill you.
And wants to kill you. Yes. But yeah,
Are there any friendly sentient houses in media?
a house moving castle? Is that sentient? I feel like the castle's sentient, right? No? Is that false?
I don't think
Isn't
it
it just
is,
mechanical?
but that's something for later.
Okay. But yeah. All right, keep those problems coming, and we'll just make Steve have to solve them.
All right, go Steve.
All right, so we came up with all of these games that people think were small studios that we can make millions. Now, what's our next indie game that we're going to make?
Boss!
Oh, excuse me, I was meditating.
Yeah, I just have a big problem. My popcorn, it won't stop popping.
It won't stop popping.
I took it out of the microwave and it's still popping. I even ate some and it's popping in my stomach still.
Ooh, that sounds like a bad time.
Yeah.
Boss!
Oh, what? What do you want?
It's terrible. The company's pet pickle. It ran away.
It ran away.
Yeah. It's not in its cage.
Oh God, this is terrible. Both of our movie-themed foods seem to be running amok. If only there was some way that we could combine both of those problems.
Yes, please,
You know what?
boss. I want to
I
eat
think-
pickles at the theater again.
I think that's a southern thing, is eating pickles in the theater. You got to know these things when you're the boss.
We know we're in the
Oh,
South,
okay.
boss. We know this.
That's why you're the
And-
boss.
So, obviously, it needs to be movie-based. So, what we need to do, you said our pet pickle ran away, and I think it's got to start its own life. It's got to live, it's got to breathe, it's got to become its own person, metaphorically. And what better way to do that than to get out there into the dating scene? And fortunately for the pet pickle, we've got plenty of movie theaters in town. Now, if the infinite popcorn keeps popping itself, just keep sending that pickle on dates. That pickle is never going to find anyone who likes it. It is a terrible person, and I hated it from the day it got here. So I'm sure everybody else in town will, so it will have infinite dates and infinite popcorn to eat on those dates.
You got it, boss.
Okay, boss.
All right, good. Now let me come up with the next big indie game. Oh,
Oh, boss!
what? What do you want?
I have a problem. My turtle, it committed tax fraud.
Tax fraud? Oh, that's serious now, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, well, let me think about that.
Boss, I got a problem.
Oh, God. Jerry, what do you want?
I just have a tummy ache. I shouldn't have come in today. I'm not feeling well.
Jerry, did you eat the popcorn?
No, I ate the last jalapeno.
Oh, Jerry, you know you have a weak stomach. Come on. All right.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. So, our pet turtle seems to have been committing tax fraud. So you know, I think we need some help with our taxes personally. We've been paying a lot recently, and Jerry, as our accountant, I don't think you've been doing so good. So, why don't you show that turtle around the office, and hopefully, while you're showing it around, you'll get some kind of salmonella, and just throw that jalapeno right up, so it won't be bothering your stomach anymore, and you'll be perfectly fine.
Am I getting fired? It kind of sounds like I'm trading my replacement a little bit.
You're not getting fired. You're just getting reevaluated. Think about it like that.
Okay, boss.
All right, now reevaluate yourself into the pink slip room. I've got bigger problems to deal with.
Thanks, boss.
Thanks.
All right. Now that our finances are in order, what to do for actual...
Boss!
What?
Boss, we got a big problem. My world is on fire, but I kind of like it that way.
Okay.
Like my whole office is on fire, but it's kind of more cozy.
Your cubicle's on fire.
Yeah, well, also my home is on fire too.
Oh, okay.
Boss.
Okay.
Boss.
I want to hear your story next. What's up?
Boss, you won't believe it. I thought I was doing so well, but it turns out Tetris just never ends. It just doesn't end. It just keeps going. I thought I was getting to the end, but I'm not at the end because it doesn't have an end, boss.
Tetris doesn't end.
No.
Oh,
Tetris is forever.
Well, that seems like a big issue unless it weren't. You know what I think? I think you should move your game of Tetris over to the 3D printer so that while you're playing, the blocks will actually produce themselves, and you can use those to crush your name?
Bobby.
Bobby's house and his cubicle. And then once the blocks all stack together, they'll disappear like nothing ever happened. So he can't claim insurance on it.
Good idea, boss.
Sounds like a good deal.
You sure as hell it is. All right, great job. Bobby?
Yeah, it was Bobby. Sorry. Bye.
Okay. Bye. All right, that's a good day.
Oh, before you take a sigh of relief, boss.
What is it?
You know that pet turtle I had coming in? It
Yes.
just robbed a corner store.
It robbed we gave it a full-time job.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my
Hey, boss. Hey, boss.
What?
I was packing up my things, right? Because you fired me, and I tripped in the cafeteria, and a burger got stuck way up in my schnoz.
Oh.
Yeah, it's real painful. It smells great though. Yeah.
Oh. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Great. Wow. So we've got a turtle holding up a corner store and a burger and a nose. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Seems like we might need you after all, good friend.
Whoa!
Because looks like that turtle, he wasn't smart. He didn't bring a gun. He just robbed the place at knife point. But that does mean the turtle is very skilled with a knife.
Okay.
And I think he can help you get that burger stuck out of your nose. Now,
Cool.
for reference, the turtle will still be our accountant. However, I want you to be the face of our new game once you become horribly disfigured.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Thanks so much, boss. I could really use help on the rent.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, that's just white collar crime, am I right?
I'm just happy to have health insurance again.
Yeah. Well, we can write off the turtle robbery as just some motion capture for Grand Theft Auto 17. So,
Oh.
Great.
all right.
Rebecca.
Great idea, boss.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And there we have it. Grand Theft Auto 17, where you play as, get this, a turtle.
See.
Nothing says indie like Grand Theft Auto.
Well, it was a studio that was secretly an indie, or
Got it,
secretly
got
a AAA studio that was getting all of the indie fans.
So it's the Metal Gear game.
Are there double A studios? Like for the other batteries too, or?
We're a cell battery studio, and we make games for Roombas.
We're the D studio. We've put games on top of large rectangular buildings.
True, it's true.
I have to ask. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
We're 9-volt studio because we're too bulky and inefficient for the time.
Dan, is that the start of your tight 5-minute stand up?
Yeah, actually, it's my closer. What do you guys think?
Oh, it's your closer.
They always say end with your strongest, and you know.
Yeah. You're not pulling the punches, are you?
No.
That'll really leave them roaring.
You know, I'm one of those stand-ups that's not afraid to say what everyone's thinking. You know, and
Right,
Yeah.
you know, I just call it as
Yeah.
it is. You know.
What is the deal with AAA studios?
Yeah, exactly.
So bold.
Yeah, how dare he say such things? Clem, I'm not thinking of those kind of like Jigsaw style games. I'm thinking more like maybe it's Snake. It's an AR Snake Roomba game. Maybe that's it, right?
Didn't Nintendo just release that Roomba game where you can drive around as Mario on top of a Roomba and it's Mario Kart in your house?
I think it's just a little go-kart.
Yeah, but it doesn't clean anything.
It doesn't clean anything.
Yeah, but they should have released that on Roomba also.
They should have released it on
What's the
coming to a Roomba near you. That's what
It's cross-platform as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
your Roombas
all the
can
major
use-
studios. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you're gonna have PlayStation's gonna get it, Xbox, PC of course is gonna get support, and Roomba. You know, the four
Yeah.
major platforms.
Yeah.
It's all good until the Roomba Nation attacked.
Oh
Good
god,
stuff.
one of my favorite RPGs I've ever played, like a tabletop RPG I've ever played in. I get to play as a Roomba with a knife,
Wow, it's very powerful.
Mhm.
and that was for work.
Nice.
You got paid to do that.
I got paid to play as a Roomba with a knife.
That's fair. That's fair. What's the silliest thing you've ever been paid by a company to do? Do you guys have interesting things that companies have ever paid you to do, or you did on a company time? So
Yeah,
you got paid for?
I did actually.
Max, is this you? Is this the story of you breaking things, of costing the company hundreds of dollars while getting paid at the same time?
No, not that.
Good,
Actually,
good.
I might have mentioned this to you guys, but definitely not on stream. I worked for a medical device startup company.
Oh.
So they made testing kits for various things for women specifically, and they were looking at making a I think it was like an IUD test, or wait, what am I saying? A UTI test is what I meant to say.
Mhm.
Same letters. I had to do some research for it, and it basically I had to Google about. I'm just gonna tell you what I had to Google. I had to Google how often do married women over 40 have sex? Is what I had to Google on my company computer because it's very important medical
Gotta
data
know. Yeah.
for this test for the group that they were looking at specifically. And I was just like, I just want everyone to know.
Sorry, boss. It's just part of the job.
I need to Google this.
Not safe for work. I'll be the judge of that one.
Depends on the work.
Hey.
Oh man, I imagine like someone getting caught like at a job, like Googling just questions like that. That's just like statistical like sex averages, and they're like, why are you doing this?
We can see your history, and you have not gone to a single explicit website. You're just looking up these statistics.
I'm a data kind of guy.
Do you get off to scientific research?
I get off of things that are stat sig. That's really what it is. That's my kink.
What can I say? I'm not part of the standard deviation.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Look at the bell curves on that one.
Oh man, sexy stats. What can you do?
Stupid sexy stats. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. How about you, chat? Have you ever been paid to do something utterly ridiculous before? Dan, how about you? Surely in your world of film, someone has asked you to do something insane.
I definitely have done so much stuff. Oh, when I was working at the casting company, I would have to go through submissions for like for if there were any featured roles. Like a bunch of people would email pictures in, but there's also like child roles that send in stuff. So it would be like, and then I would have to make like a worksheet that's just like their picture and their information, but for like all of them that submitted it. So just have this giant document of like 8-year-old girls and their contact information, and I'm just like, all right, here we go. This is what I'm doing.
Yikes. Ooh, yikes.
But yeah, just a lot of stuff like that. But that doesn't even seem that weird to me. I mean, it makes sense for the job, but in an
out of context situation, sure it would have been a touch.
Sneaky had to sneeze for a job.
Okay.
Interesting.
I do stupid shit for free. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a real mood right there. If you can, join whatever company you're at, like party planning committee, if they have one, or like social committee, because then you will get to do all of the really stupid stuff and be paid for it. One time, my old company paid me for an entire day. I think it might have been like around the summertime or anything like that, just to sit in the front lobby and hand out melting rocket pops to people as they walked in. Because everyone on the committee had to plan a holiday, and I was like, I'm just gonna do like a summer around 4th of July. So they gave me $300 and were like, figure out something to do. So I'm just gonna sit at the front of the desk and just hand popsicles to people all day. It was a great day. I worked 8 hours that day, handing out popsicles. We used to do like a community day too, and every year everyone was not smart, and they volunteered to do things like paint murals, clean up trash, work in like the one room, and I was like, y'all are silly. Those are bad jobs. I'm gonna volunteer to be the guy in the dunk tank, and everyone always made fun of me. But every year when it was a bajillion degrees, I was the only one having a good time. Because I got to sit in a tank all day and just mock kids until they wanted to hit me with a ball. And then I got to cool off. I was having a great time. Because I was like, the best dunk tank people are the ones that antagonize you, right? Like you ever gone to like a fair and there's always that clown who's like, what are you? Give the lady a chance. She can do better than you, right? And all they do is antagonize you. And like, that's the best. Make fun of children, get into cool off, get paid for it. That was the day.
How expensive do you think it would be to get a dunk tank in our set?
Incredibly expensive. Damn. They are not cheap, and the water to keep those things filled is even more expensive.
Water?
Yeah, because they're huge vats of water
to
fill up. And the water gets disgusting almost immediately, so you got to refresh it every once in a while. But if you want to get paid to make fun of kids, just become a teacher. at my high school. We're gonna move on to our next game, a new modern classic. We're gonna play some Dare. Alrighty, doing a little bit of Dare. So what we're gonna need for this is what's a fun lesson that you should teach children, preferably when you're not making fun of them. But what's a fun lesson you want to teach kids about? This could be things like drugs or not eating yellow snow. Or bullying. I think we did one on cyberbullying before. I don't know. It's just like a generic lesson you might want to teach your child about.
Dom, Steve's in control. Did you forget?
Oh, I forgot.
No, it's okay. I'm letting him pretend he's in control.
Yes.
I've got the next game. I'm just taking a break.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Steve, for your kind pass. Not to twerk. Yeah, I think lewd dancing is an appropriate topic for Dare. Maybe prom is coming up, or whatever middle school equivalent
How
is.
to dance appropriately?
Yeah, appropriate dancing, of
Okay.
which we all know twerking is not on the list.
Mhm.
Of course not. No.
And now what we need is like a 2 to 3 syllable word that preferably is hard to spell, and that'll be our lesson for today. That's all we need to get started on that. So go ahead, write some words that inspire you to game words you wouldn't want to play hangman with, so to speak.
Mhm.
Do you guys have a go-to hangman word?
I like cucumber because people usually don't guess the U's.
It's true. I like Tokyo for that same reason. I feel like people see it and they're like, "What is this word?" And they're just like, because YK is like, "Who's thinking of that?"
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good one.
Whoa.
That's a good one.
Thank you. Keep those words coming, y'all. Keep those words coming. They have to be weird. They need to be long too. Also works.
Yeah. As long as you want.
I used to be that asshole in Hangman that would put leet up on the board in numbers. And everybody be like, what is this word? We've gone through the entire alphabet.
The
I'm
worst,
like,
Steve.
it's leet. You didn't guess the numbers.
The worst, Steve. The worst.
God.
Steve, I'd like to think you're a better person. No.
No, I get yelled at for doing stupid things in games a lot.
I mean, it's one thing to be the guy who writes like Jinx, right? But Leet is just a whole other level of like, you weren't even playing on the same rule set at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a town name. There's not a lot of rules in this game.
Can literally be anything.
Yeah, one game rule that I recently got yelled at for was the fact that I like to get as many people in Never Have I Ever as I can, even if that means getting me in the splash zone. And I got like absolutely yelled at for that at the last time I played it. And I was like, you guys don't do that rule where you can like sacrifice your own
No
stuff.
self-sabotage.
You can only speak the truth. Never have I ever done this
Never
thing.
have I ever. All right, we're gonna go with kumquat. I think that's a good one. We're gonna go with kumquat.
Okay. That is
So this is the kumquat lesson on appropriate dancing in middle school.
1 second.
Thank you all for your word suggestions. We appreciate them.
All right.
Thank you.
Here we go. All right, settle down, kids. Settle down.
So today we got a great lesson planned for you. We're learning about respectful dancing. Isn't that right?
Yeah. We know that you guys have your little homecoming ball coming up, and we want to make sure that you guys are making sure that the chaperones don't have to look away questionably. All right.
Right. Yeah, as an adult, it's a weird line. They got a tough job, okay? And sometimes there's you got the whips, and I've heard of this nays, but and those are, I don't really know, but you know of the ones that are out of here, okay? And that's what we're talking today about.
Yeah, and we wanted to make it as simple for you guys as possible, so that way you could try to remember the lyrics to the songs you're dancing to instead of all of these rules, huh? All right, so we got a nice little word that will make it quite easy to remember, and that word is kumquat.
Kumquat. Simple.
Stop snickering.
No. Okay. So we'll start with it's an acronym, and it's an easy acronym to help you remember how to dance respectfully. Starting with the K. The K stands for kangaroo. Remember, if you're ever thinking, I don't know how to dance respectfully, just dance like a kangaroo. Kangaroos jump around and have fun, okay?
Yeah.
Like you should be.
Yeah, all right. Now, U stands for undulation at a minimum. You want to make sure that you are not undulating as much as possible, all right? You want to keep that down, low center of gravity, all right?
And it brings us to our M, which stands for management. Think about the facility that you're dancing at. They have things that they need to uphold. They can't let children do lewd things on their premises. They'll get sued. Management will have a fit if you guys are dancing and doing things that they're going to get sued over. So have consideration for administration. That's what I like to say.
Yeah, and you guys all respect adults. I can see that in your eyes. Now, next we have is the Q. You were all wondering what this stood for. It stands for quilting and then some. If you want to know how you're going to dance, start with what actions you would do while quilting, and then only add a little bit from there. That's where you should be at, all right?
Yeah, that's a great point. I love the Q in the middle of this word. It really brings us back to it. Which brings us to our second U. And our second U stands for untarnished. Untarnished is what we want you to be. Do not tarnish yourselves by doing naughty dances. Your parents have asked us to put this word in specifically. Maybe a subsection of parents, but still, they're still on the PTA board. So they asked you to be untarnished.
Yeah, all right, going on to A. A stands for abstinence on the floor so you can be sexy behind the door. All right? You want to make sure that when you're out there, you're leaving room for Jesus so that way you can get away with what you're doing after hours. But we don't want that at the party, all right? We don't want to see that.
Sir.
No.
No, sirree.
So leave
That's
room.
right.
Keep those hips separated.
And finally, the T, to bring us all the way home. And this stands for Theodore. Does anybody know Theodore? Show of hands. No one? Okay.
Roosevelt, right?
Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt was a fantastic dancer. Not that many people know this about him, but he always kept it respectful. So if you need to try to idolize and be like someone, think about Teddy Roosevelt, all right?
All right, well, kids, I know you've learned a lot here, but we're going to run through this real quick to make sure you get it into your little skulls. All right, so we started with K. K stand for kangaroo. That's because you should dance like a kangaroo. They're not sexy at all.
U stands for undulation, which you should be keeping to a minimum. Stay away from the undulation.
Yeah, and then we have M for management, because think of what all of the adults around you will think, and you don't want us to get sued.
Next is Q for quilting. Quilting is a fun activity, and that's something you can think about to keep away the bad thoughts.
Exactly. U, the second one, stands for untarnished, because that's what your reputation will be after this dance.
Of course, we all remember abstinence on the floor so you can be sexy behind the door.
Speaks for itself. And then last but not least, we have Teddy Roosevelt himself. Remember, dance like him, and you'll not only become cool, but hip with the kids.
That's right. That's right. I really think there should be more Teddy Roosevelt content on the TikTok because he does some great dances. But that is all we have to say about staying respectful in the dances.
All right, so go have fun and send us pictures. See.
Wow. You know, about halfway through that game, I actually did have a hatchback. I actually did have a flashback to a time when one of the nuns in my high school did give us a whole assembly just to lecture us about dancing at dances, and more or less, I felt like violated several male students in the attempt to show what was and was not allowed. Like, it's amazing how when you have God on your side, you can do whatever you want. But
they also had anime on their side too, so
it's true. They had the power of God and anime.
Nuns canonically have anime on their side at all times.
Is there a nun anime? There's gotta be,
There's
right?
gotta be. Right?
I'm sure there are multiple nun animes.
I wish there was none anime.
Oh!
You gotta do it in the hot take song, Steve.
No,
WatchMojo.com. Top 10 anime nuns.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks, WatchMojo. Couldn't have done it without you.
Wait, is that actually an article that they have? Or a
There's only
video or
8.
whatever?
They only listed 8, so it's kind of a bad top 10, to be honest. But,
Come on.
I thought you were just joking, Dom.
nope.
No, that's a lot. That's a lot of anime nuns.
Surprisingly less than I would have expected. But,
I think we need more nuns in anime, is what we're saying. We should write a nun anime to add at least like 15 more to that list, you know?
Bring God to anime.
there is an anime called Ghost Stories, which is a really funny one because it was adapted. So basically, I won't get into the long story of it, but basically when they gave it to the English to dub, they said, you can do whatever you want, just don't change the plot and don't change the character names. Anything else you want to do is up to you. So they did not adapt it from the original script. They mostly just improvised the entire thing. But one of the characters in that, who in the original Japanese is just like a nerdy schoolgirl, in this one is like a hyper-conservative Christian. And she'll just walk into rooms and be like, have you accepted Jesus Christ? Like, what? Nothing, right? But it's funny because the American dub makes no sense. I mean, it's incredibly culturally insensitive because it was done in like the early 2000s, but you know, it's hysterical in a very funny way. But,
That's still a fun like experiment that could only happen at
yeah, it's because the show wasn't good in Japan, so they knew it wasn't going to be good in the U.S. when they sold it to the U.S. So they're like, we don't care what you do, just don't change any of the names. And the U.S. studio that had to adapt it was like, well, we may as well have a good time with it. So,
I want to know if there are any. There probably are, but I want to know if there are any animes that are like straight up like VeggieTales style Christian propaganda, where it's just like the point of the anime is just to like teach you about the loving word of Christ.
there has to be there's like a Christian box set for every movie that's ever existed that's just been Christianified. Like there has to be someone out there in like the Midwest who got $2 million to make their own Christian anime. Like there's like a Bible Man character who's existed for years in the modern like zeitgeist.
Yeah.
There has to be some kind of like hardcore Christian anime out there somewhere.
Didn't they adapt the Bible as a manga, where you can
Yeah.
like read it as a? I feel like I've seen that.
Yeah.
Sure.
My
The way God
mom.
intended.
My mom used to work as a secretary at the church near where we lived, and the pastor there lent me the manga Bible, which I read.
Wow.
It was really interesting. He was like, "Hey,
You're
you
not-
like comics? Here's a comic Bible."
You're not a real fan unless you've read the manga.
Oh man.
Oh, I should start telling people that.
So I was just curious, so I googled Christian anime and I found a list from ranker.com which is top 15 best anime for Christians. And like it starts off in a way you'd expect. Number 1, in the beginning, Bible stories. And then you're like, okay. Number 2, My Last Day, Jesus on the cross, right? Then it gets weird. Number 3, Your Lie in April, nothing to do with Christianity. Number 4, Trigun. Again, like weird choice. Number 5, Superbook, makes sense. It looks like Marco Polo, but as like I don't know,
I swear Death Note's on this list.
Number 6, My Hero Academia. Again, not really sure why.
No idea.
What?
Number 7, Haikyuu, the volleyball anime. Yeah, I guess there's teamwork. That's fine.
Teamwork?
Number 8, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Not 100%. Church is actually a bad guy in the first part, but that's okay.
I feel like that one's just in there because it's good.
Yeah, number 10, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess, really? Bounty Hunters in space? That's very Christian?
No idea.
I'm just looking. Some of these are just absurd. One Punch Man, Naruto, number 25. Fairy Tale, 28. This list is
Fairy Tale.
They found
Fairy
a
Tale is-
couple. They found a couple Christian ones, put them at the top, and then just started putting all of the popular anime that they could think of in the rest of it. Where is JoJo? Where is JoJo on that list?
It hasn't come up yet, but I'm not surprised.
Fairy Tale is like a very non-Christian anime. What are we talking about?
Little
here?
Witch Academia? I mean, that's got witches in it. We know Harry Potter wasn't a popular choice. Yeah. Anyways, that was a bad list.
Wow.
Wow.
It's got a whole priest. I'm sorry, YJ. I admit my Trigun knowledge is surprisingly lacking. But we're gonna kind of move on to. That's true. We're gonna move on to our next game this evening, which is a game called College Essay. Steve, are you gonna host it?
Yeah, I'm in control of this stream. I'm taking the reins back.
It's your stream, my guy.
Goodbye, everybody else.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right, chat. I'm going to need you to give me some kind of piece of wisdom or idiom or just like a fun little phrase from popular culture. Like, so we've covered the major areas. We've got idioms, we've got pop culture phrase, or we've got just a fun little phrase that you want us to say. So while you're coming up with those, how this game works is that I'm going to choose one of your phrases, and then I'm going to say that to Dan. And Dan, in true college essay format, is going to copy my essay and just change the words around so that it has the same meaning, but it's a little more complicated and sounds a little more educated than it would have previously, and so on and so forth until we get to the last person. In that case, they are going to have to guess what the original quote or phrase was. And then we're going to tell them they're right regardless of what they say, because we are only into gaslighting on this stream, if you haven't noticed from anything that I post in the Discord. All right, so got a lot of great choices in here. I think I'm going to go with, you know what? We're going to go with Tor's suggestion. All right, Dan, let's go into that game.
All right, hey Steve, what's up?
Hey, so you know how you wanted to copy my essay, right?
Yeah, word for word.
All right, so here's what I have so far.
Okay.
We can dance if you wanna.
Good. Is there more to that? Because there's more. It's a lot. It has to be long.
I was just spitballing there.
Okay.
Maybe you can fill it out a bit more.
Yeah. I'm gonna extrapolate on that a little bit. All right. I'll talk to you later. All right. Alex. Hey Alex, what's up?
Hey buddy.
You said you needed help with that essay, right?
Yeah, I didn't think you'd get back to me so soon.
Yeah. Here, let me tell you what I got so far. people have the option to do a lot of motion with their body, perhaps if that is the option at the moment that they seek is best, and if they desire to do so.
Okay. I think I get that. All right. Yeah, I'll spin that a little bit, make sure the teacher doesn't catch on, and then I'll send it out. All right.
Gnarly.
Thanks.
See you.
Peace. Hey, so I got the answer, and I figured you might want to hear what I have, just so that you can kind of work off of it a little bit if you want to.
Oh, sick, man. It's going to save so much time. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. So, while some choose to move in such a way that flows in accordance with some kind of accompaniment, others do not necessarily make that choice. However, it is available to all. And if that is the case, then those that make that choice do so freely and willingly at this time.
Yeah, man. That sounds spot on. That's got to be the right answer. That's got to be the right
I
answer.
think so.
I got another buddy in the period after us who's probably going to want the same thing now. So let me pass it on to them and make sure they can.
All right. Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
Them deeds too. Yep.
Oh, hey, what's up?
So I got the answer. I know you're a period later, but I figured I give it to you just in case they just make sure it's the same, right?
Thanks, dude. I can always trust you.
When amassing an understanding of the collection, it is important to understand the status of the individuals within the group that presents itself as the masses, recognizing that to some, the option is afforded to move throughout time and space as a collective, a being of amassed of more than one individual in parallel, whereas some are less fortunate to have such freedoms restricted from them and ultimately are forced to walk a solitary path as they progress through the foundry of life. Ultimately, though, either way, we must respect the choice of the individuals as they are accompanied or otherwise soloed out in their journeys. Does that sound accurate to you?
Yeah, that's what you're writing?
Yeah, I mean, it's one go. It's not too bad.
Is that a first draft?
No.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for the answer, dude.
No problem. Good luck.
Thanks. Oh, jeez.
Hey, you got that essay ready?
Yeah, I have it ready. All for one and one for all.
Amen.
Thanks. A plus?
No.
See?
I have no idea what it was.
Man, I loved how you chimed in at the end. Like, you said scene, but in my head, I heard C. I was like, A? No. C.
Amazing.
Wow.
Alex, you're still muted.
Good. Get out of here.
Please stay that
Get
way.
him out of here.
Ah, dang it. My voice wasn't making no sound.
You're like the Little Mermaid, and I'm the Sea Witch Ursula, who has taken your voice.
She didn't take it. She was offered it in a fair exchange. Honestly,
Sure.
people are putting the blame on Ursula, but she presented the contract clearly. Not my fault Ariel doesn't know how to practice contract law.
Don't blame Ursula. Blame capitalism.
Hashtag Ursula did nothing wrong.
Oh my god.
If Ursula hadn't played Monopoly, she wouldn't have gotten those ideas.
It's true. Look, it's a buyer beware market, and that's on Ariel for being a teenager.
For not being beware.
Mm-hmm. You would take Ursula's side. Look, I'm under the opinion that most Disney villains are probably not at fault in the stories for which they
I
belong.
was just gonna say, I bet we could on this show. I bet we could and would defend most Disney villains.
Yeah, there's just some okay. No one can tell me leadership wasn't better under Scar. I mean, he was a man of the people. Sure, his movement was a little bit populist, but at least he was listening to the people.
Well, only his people though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they were an underserved, underrepresented portion of the population. They
But
were
he
they were
also-
literally an outcast population that were
Yeah.
left to the slums of the savannah, and
Scar
he
was
heard their
basically-
voice.
Scar
He's
was basically
Scar is the Malcolm X of the Lion King.
I was gonna
Don't
say,
wanna
he
go
was-
down
Oh,
this
we
path.
can't go
You
down
don't
this,
wanna
Dom.
go down that path,
Anyways.
Dom.
It's
Oh, now I don't want to say what I was gonna say.
You Dom.
We're gonna move on to our next game, appropriately titled Moral Dilemma. So, this is gonna be an interesting one. We're gonna try something new. Alex, you're gonna get some moral dilemmas from chat. Chat, go ahead and let us know things that have been on your mind. These could be things like, should I steal or not? Or should I, paint my room? I don't know. Whatever questions you got, whatever troubles you from your woes, and Alex will have to do his best to get those solved with the powers on high.
Ooh. Oh, give me 1 second. I'll let chat percolate those in.
Yeah. So percolate
Let
those
Chet
ideas.
percolate those in
Bubble them
before they realize I've taken over this game as well.
Tor, I ask myself that question every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I kind of hatched a plot for how we could be a Ren Fair show.
Yes, I remember that plot. We talked about it at the Red Fair.
Yeah, and then after the Ren Fair.
Yeah. Yeah, because
What I'm saying is, guys, if you want to take show and tell live to the Ren Fair, let's do it.
Is it going to be a medieval-based improv show?
Kinda.
I'm all willing to hear you out.
All right, we'll talk later.
All right.
My people will talk to your people.
Yeah.
Dan, how you doing, buddy?
Fine. I forgot that this was happening, and I fixed it. All right.
Oh, okay, good.
Dan's just building it right.
Just like, no problem. I got it. We'll do what we gotta do.
What, Dan, are you in the mainframe again?
No, I'm in the game frame. All right, we're ready. We'll make it work. All right, take it away.
Oh boy. Oh man, my mind is so heavy with dilemmas. It's really been weighing down on me. These shoulders have a lot to bear.
That's right, you big forehead. It's me, your devil. And I'm here to change your life for the better.
What? You're going to change my life? How could you possibly do that?
Yeah, I got here first, so that means I get to claim your immortal soul. Oh no, look who it is, Mr. Goody Two Shoes.
Oh, yes, it is I, the angel on your shoulder, and I'm here to save your immortal soul from bad judgment.
Okay, well thank you very much for your help. I have a question for both of you, and I think one of you needs to answer it for me.
I'm sure we will help you out.
I'm sure he's a jackass.
All right. So my first question is, well, you guys know that one guy in school, the guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
Should I fight him?
All right, Angel, I got this one first. I think you should punch his lights out. Now, that'll establish you as the top dog. These are prison rules. Schools were built by prison architects because they share the same general layout. So that means you gotta punch him and potentially shank him. Are you ready to shank someone?
I don't know. I haven't made a shank yet.
All right, well, you better start carving one while you're listening to that angel.
Yes, well, I think we should take a bit of a different approach to it. Personally, I would make peace, because if you learn diplomacy early, it will set you forth onto the righteous path in the world and potentially leave you in power later and not in jail.
Oh, yeah, jail does sound pretty bad. Um, I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm not very violent, and if he punches back, then what? You know, because like I'm not a fighter. It would just be one quick shot, and that's all I got in me. So I think I'm going to choose the side of peace this time.
A side well earned. What say you about this, devil?
I say you're a wimp.
Hey, there's no need for name calling on my shoulders.
There's always need for name calling.
Let's just be nice. Okay. Well, I have another question. So, yesterday, I was out on the lake with my buddy Jami, and he was paddling really hard, and he was paddling faster than me, and so I got really mad, and now I'm wondering if I should tip his paddleboard over so that he falls into the lake. I've heard there are leeches in the lake.
All right, Angel, you got this one?
I shall get this one, yes. You see, we must do the righteous thing, which if this friend is bothering you, then he needs to repent for his actions. And bloodletting has always been a sign of repentance. So let the leeches swarm upon him, so that he may repay in favor what he owes unto you. Now, on to you, Mr. Devil.
Yes, now I think what you should do is you should go buy some cigarettes from the camp store. And then you can sell them around camp individually, unlike what it says on the packaging, and then become a mogul for the camp. That way, you have everybody in your pocket, and if he ever tries to come at you again, you've got his number.
I don't think they sell cigarettes at the camp store.
Well, then go to a convenience store. They're convenient.
Oh, okay. Well, getting swarmed by leeches does sound pretty scary, and whatever's in cigarettes doesn't seem as scary as that. So, I think I'm going to start up a business, and I'm going to sell some cigarettes. That sounds like it's pretty easy.
Yes, sell. It's a bear's market.
Yeah, exactly. See, this guy's got some good ideas sometimes.
I would beg to differ.
Well, fine. If you've got all the good ideas, then let's see how you guys deal with this one. So, I got a big test coming up, as I'm sure you know. And I studied for it a little bit, but I don't know that much about it. I only know like half of the info. And my friend, Jami, the one who I was going to push into the lake, he said that, well, he knows the other half of the test. And so we were thinking maybe instead of studying for the other half of the test, we both just real quick learn Morse code, and then we cheat by telling each other what our halves are while we're taking the test. Do you guys think that we should learn Morse code? Yes or no? Why?
Well, I think personally Morse code is a very, how should we say, defunct mode of talking to each other. Now, personally, how I would do it is I would learn the language of the angels, because nobody can clearly translate that. And I'm pretty sure your teacher was in the military and would therefore know Morse code. So he would just know that you are cheating in the first place.
Well, what does the language of the angels sound like?
I shan't speak it here. Your ears shall start bleeding.
Oh, please, I really want to know.
All right.
didn't hear on that side anymore.
All right,
Okay.
Devil, shall we hear your proposal?
Yeah, what you should do is, since you each only know half of the test, rip your tests in half and pass them to each other. That way you can each fill out your half of the test. And I'm assuming by half of the test you mean the left half and the right half. Like my ingenious idea for Twix branding.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah,
Wow, I love the two-sided branding of Twix.
I do too. It's like
It's-
when I got Ike fired from Mike and Ike.
You did that too? Wow, you're so good at unnecessarily divisive candy advertisements.
Oh, you betcha.
Well, that's pretty impressive. I don't know, Angel. You just gave me an ear bleed. I think I'm going to have to go with this one. Tearing the test in half makes a whole lot of sense.
Oh, unfortunately it does. And so falls another to the ways of marketing.
Yay, marketing, my favorite.
Yay!
See.
Oh, never a dull moment in heaven and hell, is there?
Nope.
Nope.
Good
What a place.
stuff. Good stuff.
Mhm.
Fun. How's everyone's week shaping up to be? I know it's only Tuesday. I normally ask this question on a Friday, but has anything particularly exciting happened to you over the weekend?
My week hasn't started yet.
Oh.
Yeah,
Time off.
my work gave us both yesterday and today off, so
Oh, fancy.
That's
yeah,
nice.
short week for me. Tomorrow's gonna suck though, because it always is painful to come out of a 5-day weekend.
Yeah.
Max and I and the rest of our roommates are going to a little league game tomorrow. Oh, not a little league, a
yeah.
minor league game tomorrow.
Oh, very different.
We're going to a little league game.
I'm always like smaller than the major league. It's a little league.
We're gonna get belligerent and shout at all the children.
Just like real parents.
Yeah, but we're going to a minor league game tomorrow. Let's go Iron Pigs. Woohoo!
Orange Pigs. You
Who
guys
are
know
they
the
playing
Iron Pigs,
against?
right?
They're playing
You
against
guys know 'em,
right? The Red Sox.
Wait, you guys don't know the minor league teams?
No.
That's
The only
wild.
minor league team I know is the one from my hometown, which is the Senators, the Harrisburg Senators. But that's the only one I know.
Who are they playing
Yeah.
against?
The only one I know is the Trenton Thunder and the River Sharks.
Oh, it is the Red Sox. They're playing against the Red Sox.
Okay.
What?
The Worcester Red Sox.
Oh, those
Okay,
go
Worcester.
guys.
Let's cool your roll here, guys. Let's
Uh,
rethink this one, bud. Sorry, but you can't have it.
This is Alex. This is gonna come back and bite you. Like they're the original Red Sox or something like that. Boston's the sham.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to let you guys know. I just feel like because I'm from Massachusetts, I have to let you. That town isn't pronounced Worcester.
Worcester.
Not pronounced that.
Worcestershire.
It's
Worcester.
it's pronounced Worcester. Steve's right.
Worcester.
Come on.
Wait, so they're also from the Boston area?
I think so.
They're
Worcester.
Now they have no
Fire.
excuse.
Worcester.
Wow, unoriginality to the max. Come
Well,
on.
the
Like,
thing is, aren't the
Worcester.
minor league teams all connected to major league teams?
yes and no. A lot of them are as sort of feeder teams, but not necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
don't think
it
the
would
Harrisburg
make
team
sense
ladders
then.
up to anything. I think it just is what it is.
Yeah. I
It would make
know
sense
that
they're
my
both the Red Sox.
That's true, but I still don't like it. My sort of home team for the minor leagues is the Washington Wild Things. Washington, as in Washington County, Pennsylvania, not as in the state or the DC.
Wow, that now who's stealing, Alex? Now who needs some originality in their team
Okay,
names?
it's just the county though. The name of the team is still completely original.
I don't know. You
I
can't
mean-
start picking and choosing, my guy. Original or not, that's what you get.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
what
I
are they
know
gonna do?
what
Change the
children's
name of the
book-
county?
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. You either like the sport, you're committed, or you're not, right?
Yeah.
It's,
Unfortunately, we had to change the name of our county due to the minor league baseball team that we have here.
Yeah. But it is the one in Allentown. So if you're also going to the game, you can meet us.
Yeah.
We'll have our first meetup at a minor league baseball
At a minor
game.
league baseball game.
At a
Honestly, I'm
little
kind of surprised it's
baseball
not a
game.
little league baseball game.
I guess so.
Oh, I want to go to a minor league baseball game. They're arguably more fun than the major league.
Oh, way more
Also-
fun.
The tickets were like $12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That's why.
And I bet. Well,
Yeah.
are your seats any good?
Yeah, we're like right behind. I mean, we're like 4 seats in, like next to first base.
Yeah, that's awesome.
oh.
We used
Jamal,
to get
that-
dugout seats that are like super cheap. It's
Mhm.
great. It's a good time.
Mhm.
Minor league is the only time I've been in a box. It was nice. And
Have you
the
ever been-
first like 3 innings, the Bat Boys were dogs.
Oh, I see. Have you ever
Yeah.
been in a little league box? It's really nice.
Yes, that's called a cooler.
There were a lot of orange slices in there. It's very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, they got a little squishy after a while. I don't know why they use them as a seat, but the kids seemed a little upset about it. I
The
don't know
little
why.
league box is just 2 vans pulled up next to each other.
Yeah. Jamal won 2 tickets to yoga class in a winery
That's
off of an
Wow.
Instagram giveaway.
pretty
Pretty cool.
fancy.
Ooh. You know, if it's not already goat yoga, you can take a goat with your second ticket and make it goat yoga.
That's a
True.
good point. You need to have a goat though. Do you guys like yoga?
I've never tried yoga.
I went
used to take a yoga class, but I also used to do a Lego club. And I feel like I insulted the yoga teacher with about how much I talked about Lego club.
Wait, Steve, you're onto something here. You know how there's like goat yoga, but what if there's Lego
No,
yoga?
no.
Loga! Loga! Come on!
Wait, the
no,
floor
no
is
Lego yoga. That's
The floor is
sadistic,
covered
Dan.
in Legos.
That's
and
so
now we're
good.
gonna do yoga.
That is
That's so
sadistic.
good!
This is how Jigsaw relaxes.
It's
Come on.
ideas like
You
these.
guys don't like Loga? Come on.
No one
No,
likes
Yogo
Logo.
is definitely a better name, you're right.
The only time I've ever done yoga was I was being forced to do it, so I'm not really into it, I guess. But I haven't tried doing it for the sake of doing it. So
I do.
I like
there
it.
are a couple poses that I do whenever I'm working out, just to like stretch out. Like Cobra pose is great. What a great. That always feels good to do a good Cobra,
Sure,
especially
yeah.
I feel like a chest workout or a ab workout.
Yeah, it's not that I'm necessarily out of shape, which I am, but I'm also not flexible, so yoga doesn't really line up with my body.
that just means you gotta
Oh.
keep doing yoga until you are flexible, Dan. That's how it works.
This is
Dan.
the catch-22, though.
A lot of the times they have modifications so you can do it at your own pace, and they never ask you to push yourself more than what you can do. You know.
Which is weak. You gotta push yourself to really earn that victory.
In my yoga class, we always
In
push
yoga, nobody ever is allowed to take a break. It's
Dan.
hardcore from the minute
In
you walk
yoga,
in.
there are no winners.
There are no winners.
The goats are disappointed in you if you don't do every single exercise, Dan.
Yeah, it's
True.
goat yoga. That's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Hot
mean,
goat
think about
yoga in your area.
Goat yoga could actually work though, because since goats have hooves, they're immune to the Legos, so only you would be feeling the pain. There's no animal cruelty involved.
As this whole
Hot goat
like,
yoga.
this conversation has just become me thinking about off-brand Go-Gurt
Yeah.
because Yogo sounds like a Go-Gurt and Goat Yogo is just instead of cow dairy, it's goat dairy, and a hot goat Yogo is just one that you left in your car.
Sure, Yogo, whatever. But the best off-brand Go-Gurt is Moo Tubes, hands down.
This
Dana?
conversation is reminding me of, I think it was like a college humor skit, or it might have been a cracked skit, but it was right at the height of YOLO, where it's them explaining YOLO, but then they keep talking about how like kids keep modifying it, so you really need to understand it. And it's like Yoko Ono Mono Hono Lolo Lolo Yolo Ono Mono. And then it's like that translates to Yoko Ono, who loves another person, and it just gets longer and longer, and it's just that bit over and over.
Yeah.
This sounds like a Mike Trapp sketch.
Yeah, it very well could have been. But we're gonna move on to our next game, which is a game called Combo Breaker. So what we're gonna need here are just nouns. We just need some nouns. Go ahead and throw them nouns in there, and we will do the rest. The way this game works is you're gonna give us a thing, and we're gonna tell you what that thing is our favorite combination of. This is a game we're still trying to figure out ourselves, so if it sucks, hang with us.
This game just did have new DLC though, so.
New DLC. Good to know. All right, well, let's go ahead and start off with hot dogs. This is Combo Breaker for hot dogs. Dan, take us in.
We're in.
Hot dogs. My favorite combination of sandwich and not.
Hot dogs. My favorite combination of pet and food.
Hot dogs. My favorite combination of bread and condiments.
A hot dog. My favorite combination of American staple and mystery meat.
My hot dogs. My favorite combination of pink goo and tubes.
Hot dogs. My favorite combinations of baseball and missing my dad.
Alrighty, we're gonna move on to our next one of Dance Dance Revolution, DDR.
DDR. My favorite combination of video games and actual athleticism.
DDR, my favorite combination of vigorously working out for 8 hours and being overweight.
DDR, my favorite combination of arcades and your living room.
DDR, my favorite combination of choreography and flailing.
DDR, my favorite combination of the compass and the safety dance.
DDR, my favorite combination of leg precision and arm free-for-all.
DDR, my favorite combination of shitty dancing and shitty gaming.
DDR, my favorite combination of jawing that the controller doesn't work and someone yelling at me that I'm doing bad.
No, please. No, let's move on.
Alright, we're gonna go with Frankenstein. Monster or creator, other one.
Frankenstein, my favorite combination of body parts and electricity.
Frankenstein, my favorite combination of God and man.
Frankenstein, my favorite combination of misunderstandings and tragedy.
Frankenstein, my favorite combination of tragic hero and grave robber. Frankenstein, my favorite combination of classic story that never needs to be retold and endless sequels, rebooting it.
Frankenstein, my favorite combination of tall dumb man and short smart man.
Frankenstein, my favorite combination of the hardware aisle and a neck.
Frankenstein, my favorite combination of characters that would show up on Scooby-Doo and characters that would show up on an Alvin and the Chipmunks special.
Let's do the boardwalk.
The boardwalk, my favorite combination of a deck and the beach.
The boardwalk, my favorite combination of getting up off of the sand and sand still getting everywhere.
The boardwalk, my favorite combination of seagulls and things that are deep fried.
The boardwalk, my favorite combination of gambling and children.
The boardwalk, my favorite combination of a small amount of clothes and a very large amount of useless clothes.
The boardwalk, my favorite combination of complaining that you can't wait to go back and complaining there's nothing to do when you're there.
The boardwalk. My favorite combination of a family destination and very many sexist t-shirts.
The boardwalk. My favorite combination of the sand's too hot and the water's too cold.
The boardwalk. My favorite combination of a beautiful place and New Jersey.
The boardwalk. My favorite combination of the ability to walk wherever you want and having to watch out for the tram car, please. All right, we'll do one more. We'll go with bowling. Bowling.
Bowling. My favorite combination of throwing things at other things and anger management.
Bowling. My favorite combination of a sport and the least amount of effort possible.
Bowling. My favorite combination between a slip and slide and heavy objects.
Bowling. My favorite combination of achieving to be the best possible in a game that literally has a perfect score.
Bowling. My favorite combination of filthy gutters and turkeys.
Bowling. My favorite combination of things that look like coconuts and things that look a little bit too phallic.
Bowling. My favorite combination of feeling people's finger sweats and getting to wear other people's shoes.
Alrighty, on that very pleasant note.
Oh my god.
I see a lot of feisty comments about the state of New Jersey. And I, of course, not referring to it as a state, more of just the state of being that is New Jersey.
Yeah, the state of New Jersey.
Gulagoon.
Lagoon.
Oh, yes.
My favorite combination of an oil spill and the bottom of the ocean.
Speaking of which, did you guys know the ocean is able to be set on fire? That was a new one I learned
Apparently,
this month.
Apparently, the way to put it out is to just throw more water at it.
Yeah. Did you see the videos of the one boat that's nowhere even near hitting it? And everyone's like, you tried your best. There was an attempt, little boat.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the world is dying.
Yeah.
I've gotten a severe weather alert on my phone like pretty much every other day for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's a fun feeling.
Yeah.
World's gonna end. You may as well spend your time doing improv, right?
Yeah. At least the memes are getting danker.
fire.
That's true.
I don't mean
The world's
to.
on fire. How about yours?
That's the way Dan likes it.
I do.
I don't mean to circle back to the New Jersey thing, but all I'm saying, Jamal, is if you have to pull up Delaware,
Mean jug handle backpacks. It has a name.
if you have to pull up Delaware as a state that you're better than, you're not doing well.
Look, Delaware is the first state, and they had somebody who founded it.
They don't have any taxes.
And that's all there is to say about Delaware.
PA should have been the first state, right, Dom?
Yeah, that's a whole rant and a half.
What if
Pennsylvania should have been first, and then
what
we
if like
illegally joined the union
what if
through
like
violence? Yeah.
fucking just like Oregon came out and it was like actually we were the first state and like stuck to their guns on it, you know? Just
That's
like
a
no.
really good like disinformation campaign. I would love if Oregon, and it would be Oregon, who'd be like, actually we were first. Like, you weren't even territory in the U.S. No, we were pretty much first. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
That would be honestly someone in Oregon and like Oregon like state would make some good money if they started that like a "We're First in the Nation" campaign. And just watch Delawareans lose their mind. We only have one thing. Leave it to us, please.
Yeah,
That's our one thing.
Oregon was the first state. It's also like, you know, like at the end of like movies and TV shows where they're like, I want to know who vandalized the school. And then the person stands up like, I vandalized the school. Then someone else like, no, I vandalized the school. And then like everyone stands up. Just all the states being like, I was the first state.
Yeah, I would even love it too if they all stood up and they're like, "No, Oregon was first." And you're like, "What?" And it's like Minnesota has chosen to recognize Oregon as the first state, and I was like, "What?" And then suddenly you're like, "Alabama has decided to join Michigan in the recognition of Oregon as first state."
The thing is, what would Delaware have to do to get the other states mad enough at it to do that? That's the question.
I don't even think it needs to be about Delaware. It's not about Delaware. It's just about Oregon wanting some respect for once in a while, right?
Exist. Got him, Tor.
Got him.
Wow, I didn't realize our chat was so anti-Delaware here.
Look, if anybody who's a Leo from Delaware shows up in chat, we're fucking beating them up.
Look out.
Oh man.
Speaking of which, Steve, I watched America the Motion Picture. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it yourself.
So for chat, it's an animated documentary about the founding of America. You should probably go watch the trailer after tonight's stream. Don't leave. Just after it, write down America the Motion Picture and watch it. It's a fun little documentary.
It is. Real family-friendly film. It was... I was mad how much I enjoyed it, is all I'll say about it. I went in being like, this is going to be okay at best. And then at the end, I was like, it was not good, but it was better than okay. It was somewhere in the middle between that, that riff. Like 3.5 out of 5 stars, I'd say, which is more than I was expecting.
That's a lot.
I feel like it would have been a lot more fun. I feel like it would have been a lot more fun with people there to like make fun of it with you. It just like it's got the energy of one of those movies that like you don't like it, but you like having seen it, and it's just like
that's exactly it.
Making fun of it and quoting it and that kind of thing.
Yeah, because there's some good jokes in it. So some jokes are super solid. I mean, it's more misses than hits, but it's also like, as someone who really is like American history, like that time period is like my favorite historical period. There was a lot of jokes in it that I was like, oh man, some of these jokes are so throwaway. Like there's one scene in it where something is like falling out of the sky and someone just screams, "Oh, the humanity," which like is just like a really small like throwaway bit, but you're like, oh, that's a great nice sick Hindenburg reference, my guy. Like, and then it just keeps going. Like, I don't know.
Sick Hindenburg reference, my guy.
I don't know. But that's what the movie is full of. It tons of moments where you're like, wait, oh, okay, they know what's happening. They know what they're doing. That's but 10 out of 10 would recommend. Alrighty then, we're gonna go ahead and play our next game, which is a game called Judge, Jury, and Executioner.
Oh, that was Judge Judy.
Judge Judy, Executioner. Apologies, it's been too long. That's how we know we need to play this game right now, this very second. Who's in this game? Steve, since you're in charge tonight, why don't you get us the good stuff?
All right. So, chat, what we're going to need is something that the prosecution is going to be charging the defendant with in the court of Oregon, the first state. And now what we're looking is not real crimes. This is the better timeline where we don't have to worry about major problems. So give us something that's mildly annoying that, for example, your roommate might do, like leaving cups out everywhere, or eating all of your shredded cheese at 2 a.m., or other non-specific things that you may or may not have done to your own roommates. Anyway.
Nothing you put in chat is an admission of guilt. Just
if anything, it's you're submitting for innocence of those crimes. So put all that you've done in there.
Yeah, consider this confession, and just tell us all of the things that you've done that you want to confess to. And Dom is our, I believe he's the prosecutor for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he will prosecute those sins away for you.
It's pronounced prosecutor, thank you.
Is it?
It's pronounced.
Sure about that one?
It's pronounced Prussia.
All right. Well, we're gonna go with Skittlebean's accusation that Max, you may or may not, until the court of Oregon, the first state, has declared it, vacuumed up all of the clouds.
All right.
All of the
Clouds in the
Oh,
sky.
clouds.
okay.
All right, order in the court. Now look, I know we all love living in the first state of Oregon here, but we need to get back home, and specifically me, because I left the lawnmower running. It's one of those Roomba lawnmowers, and I'm worried it's gonna start tearing up the pavement of my driveway if I don't get home soon. So let's get this going. The defendant has allegedly vacuumed up all of the clouds. I guess I'm reading that right. Prosecution, you have the floor, and you got like 5 minutes, so make it quick.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I represent this great state of Oregon, known for its national beauty, its natural wonders, the tall trees that cement the forest. But ultimately, what are we without the skies that look upon us? Nay, who can we be without the clouds that hang above us? For when those clouds part, the sweet, sweet light of God's sun pours down on this great state. But without the reveal, what good is the show? If the curtain doesn't go up, how can that magician wow us? Which is why we treat such serious offenses of scaring away all of the clouds. The defendant has vacuumed up these clouds, and I intend to prove this once and for all. Defendant, you got anything to say?
Yeah, well, hey everybody. I'm just a humble guy. I work for a living, and yeah, sure. I got a blue collar job. I work in the local schools as janitor, but I didn't vacuum up the sky. That's just out of my jurisdiction. I don't follow politics too much, but when the governor started saying that we were the first state, I was all on board. All right. So I look, I'm patriotic as much as the next guy, but I wouldn't do something like that just because someone told me to. You shouldn't vacuum up the clouds.
But as a janitor, you do have access to vacuums. Is that correct?
Yeah, and a couple other cleaning supplies. That's correct.
Well, if that's the case, then how do you explain evidence number one? As you can see here, we have an inflatable pool, perfect for enjoying the outdoors. But nobody likes to swim outdoors when it's cloudy out. Isn't that correct, defendant?
Yeah. So I bought this thing about 4 years ago, and we never used it until this last summer, when all the clouds went away.
And why didn't you use it, defendant?
I mean, it's Oregon, it's a beautiful place, first state and all. It's just too rainy. But now the kids get to play in the pool and they love it.
Motivation says what?
Well, huh?
Exactly. Alrighty, I think we can all see the writing on the walls here, but the state has more evidence to present. I would like to present evidence number 2. Wow.
Oh, my. Oh goodness.
Is this allowed to be? Oh, it is. Okay. All right. Continue.
As you can see here, defendant, this is a weather forecast for the country of Japan. As we know, the closest thing to Oregon is Japan.
I don't follow politics that much, but I mean, if you say so, all right.
Look at the trajectory. This beautiful trajectory here. Where is it pointed towards?
Look, I don't know how many times to say I don't follow politics, but it probably would. I mean, I'm pretty sure the U.S. is to the right there, so it would come back around. Eventually, I guess everything.
And where would it land, defendant?
Oh, look, I don't really follow elections that much, but it would probably land, probably the northwest coast, right?
That is correct. Are you familiar that in World War II, Japan sent a series of balloons across the Pacific Ocean, and some of them, on record, landed in Oregon. Meaning, if they send their weather here, is it not probable some of it would land in Oregon and cloud up the skies?
Yeah, okay. For your facts, actually, my grandfather fought in World War II, okay? And he had to try to shoot down some of those balloons, all right?
Interesting. So you're
you know
saying
what?
that aviation runs in your family, and you had access to a vacuum.
Well, yes, we still have his World War II biplane in our backyard, but it's just an antique. It's not like I've been fixing it up for the past 3 decades or so, ever since I was a small boy.
Well, that might be true, but what's definitely true, irrefutable, is evidence number 3. Aha! What do you say to this?
Oh, geez. You guys got on my Instagram. So
Well,
look, okay, I'm a janitor, but I also like to do a character where I'm the bread janitor. Any question, or do I need to
no,
explain
keep
myself?
going. I'm invested. Tell me more.
Right. I'm working on a. Excuse me. Sorry. This one's for my dad. This one's for my dad. You know, he was a baker, and so I get a little emotional. I am trying. Oh boy, Pops, I love you. I wish you could have seen this beautiful first state. Unfortunately, he passed before the state could recognize its firstness. But I'm trying to build a complete bread suit. This is for you. Similar to the Iron Man suit in Iron Man 1 when he builds it in the cave. That's kind of how I view myself, because I'm really not much of a baker at all. But I want to do it for him. I want to do it for my dad.
Now, anyone who has that much time on their hands to bake that much bread certainly would have enough time to fix up, say, a World War II era biplane, and also certainly would have enough time to fly over the entirety of the state with a vacuum sticking out of that plane.
Whoa, look, I don't know what you want me to say here. Do I love my family lineage? Yes, of course. Family means everything to me, and I want to give something for my kids too. I love this state. My father loved this state. My grandfather loved this state, and I know my kids are going to love this beautiful, sunny first state in the Union.
All I'm saying, friends of the jury, is that this man has been caught red-handed, and there's nothing that any of us can deny about that. The prosecution rests, Your Honor.
All right. I just want to say, defendant, that was a beautiful testament that you have to your father. I was tearing up. I usually don't have to swallow my tears when I'm at work, but
Okay, right. You have to swallow them this time, though?
yeah, I have a large mouth than usual, so that's where they go right in.
Your Honor, you're not supposed to show bias towards the defendant.
I'm not, but when a man has to swallow his own tears, he has to admit it. All right. Regardless, jury,
I respect that.
It's now up to you to vote. So we're going to be getting your little voting thing set up. All you have to do is say if they're guilty or not guilty. Now remember that this has a lot of weight to it as you decide if he's going to be sentenced to death immediately or will be getting $1 million and become a rich man. So vote now.
Look, I think the facts speak for themselves, but the fact of the matter is I'm a man of justice, and if you, the jury, think the bread does not fit, you must acquit, and that's really what it comes down to.
But remember that you also might have had to swallow your own tears at home, and think of how that would play in. I don't know why I'm just a devil's advocate as a judge, you know.
Look, there's the patriotic choice, the patriotic vote here. You know, I figure everybody in this courtroom loves Oregon just as much as I.
Don't let this great state down by letting this cloud thief escape with our precious condensation.
All right, they're still thinking about it. Seems pretty torn. If you haven't voted, it's as easy as clicking on the little screen in front of you.
What'll it be?
Did you guys hear that Montana came out as trying to claim to be the second state?
What posers? That'll never work.
No.
They're friggin' idiots, just making shit up at this point.
True.
But I don't get into politics. I'm sorry.
Right. And we, let's see.
Oh boy.
Hey, you don't know. You can't see what's happening.
Nope.
What?
I'm anticipating. I
Do you
can
guys
feel
see
the
something?
murmurs in the
No,
crowd.
there's nothing. I'm just looking at their faces and reading their thoughts as if to predict what they're.
What does one of them look like?
What a guilty looking, like, what do you mean? You want to know?
You said you're reading their faces. What do their faces look like?
Well, there's one person that has a mole. Somebody else has a
No,
little...
what facial you're checking their cosmetics to see what kind of way they're gonna vote?
Yeah, it's all predetermined. Well,
Wow.
it looks like we got ourselves a good old Mexican standoff, as we say here in Oregon.
Wow, a mistrial.
Mhm.
Whoa.
No, that's not what we say in the first state. This is just a Mexican standoff. So at this case, I would ask the prosecution and defense to each take out the revolver they were handed when they walked into the courtroom today.
I'm sorry. Can we just do a quick rock paper scissors?
No.
No.
No,
All right.
Pick.
You're the judge.
What if I get both? I get death and $1 million.
Would you settle for that? We haven't had many people settle for that.
I'll have to check with the DA's office. The
I
DA's
wanna-
on board, but they want to do it themselves.
Okay,
They want
I
to
want to
hand
set
the
my kids up.
briefcase and the revolver at the same time.
All right, deal.
All
Deal.
right. All right. Well, we're gonna do that behind closed doors. But congratulations, you're a millionaire and are gonna die today. Court is
Thanks,
adjourned.
everybody.
See,
Wow.
man, Oregon, what a crazy state. Am I right?
Oregon's got all kinds
That's what
of
happens in your first. You get to make the rules.
Oregon's never been this interesting.
Fucking bread.
Oregon really they really call themselves the first state.
I honestly think that'd be a great tagline for them. Oregon, it's never been this interesting. Like, I just think I would come. I'd be like, well, what's going on up there?
I don't know. I've heard people in Portland can be pretty insane.
That's true.
Like I saw this one video where this guy, a guy was like working a tow truck and he was just towing a car that had broken down on the side of the highway or whatever. And this lady, completely unrelated to the broken down car or whatever, just was like stopped in the middle of the highway, not pulled off to the side, just like taking up this full lane in the highway. And he like walks up to her car and he's like, "Lady, what are you doing?" And she's just sitting there on her phone, like texting her something like that with her car completely stopped in the middle of the highway. He's like, "It's the highway. You have to move." And she doesn't move. He like starts walking away. She drives like 10 feet forward, stops, and then is on her phone again.
That's terrifying.
It's just this weird experience of like, what is this lady thinking?
Yeah.
So if that's what people in Portland are like, then Oregon's got some interesting people for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta do the best you can with what you got. But now it's time for our last game. We're gonna do ourselves a good old-fashioned hoedown. So go ahead and write whatever word you like. We will try and do our best to successfully hoe down off of it. So go ahead and give us some sweet words. We'll do our best to see what we got.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I couldn't handle the bread suit. I couldn't handle it.
It's the fact that you specified the Iron Man 1 cave suit for me that you were like, no. I want this to be built in a cave.
Tony Stark baked this in a cave.
That's great.
Oh, jeez. Ooh.
Amazing. Yeah, we're gonna go with the suggestion of possum. This is the possum hoedown.
All right, take it away, Steve.
Oh, da 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 da. Da 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 da. You like to dance, and so do I. We should go, make it big and try. We can become like Bob Fosse because we are gonna form a possum posse.
Hey, unlike my cousin with a silent O, I'm a cute buddy that you might not know. I originate from Australia, and so I just want to say, hey, how you doing, fella? Yeah.
I am a trooper. I really try my best, though some people think I am a pest. I don't let their criticism go to my head. When I heal the haters, I just go play dead.
Oh, da 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 da. Possum is a word that depends on the region. People may agree with you, even a whole legion. Your regionality has been showed because when you said possum, you forgot the O.
Hey, I'm the new kid at my school. I got some new clothes to look pretty cool. But then I went and I lost them, so I got a new shirt that says, "Hey, look, I'm possum." Possum.
Wow, phenomenal, Dan. Amazing job. We appreciate all of y'all hanging out with us tonight. I hope you had a great time. It was a pleasure to see each and every one of you here. Can't thank you enough. Come back and hang out with us again on Friday. We'll be doing more live improv, back in person for show number 2, where it'll be pretty hype. So come hang out with us then. And in the meantime, we're going to go raid Wizard V. Just Wizard and then VEE. Looks like they're playing some music. They got some sick art behind them, so let's go say hello to them. And in the meantime, we're going to end stream the way we end every single stream. Max, how do we end every single stream again?
Oh, it's funny you should ask. We finish every single stream by drying off a puppy that just got out of the bath.
Yes, we do, every single time. And without that, let's go say hi to Wizard, and who's a good boy?
Oh, don't shake, stop shaking.
Oh, God. Oh, don't shake.
Come here.
Get the towel. Get the towel.
Come here.
Come on. Get in the towel.
Stop.
Ow, ow, stop biting me. Stop biting me. Ow. Come on.
A second one.
No. Quit wiggling.
We out.